Doo-doo-doo. All right, here we go. I think we're live. I do believe we are live. We are live on YouTube. All my fabulous folks who are in the chat, in the comments, please pop in and let me know exactly where you're hanging out with me from today. Ooh. All right, I'm excited to share with you the 5 things that I find are stopping course creators from actually launching their course. And those 5 things, let me tell you how I came up with this list of 5 things. 5, no, not 5, Julia, 5. Let me tell you exactly how I came up with this list of 5 things. So I've been having one-on-one conversations with clients, potential clients, course creators, just beginner course creators, seasoned course creators who are not quite sure where they are in the process. And in all of these conversations, every time that somebody makes note of an objection, every time somebody says something that's holding them back, I write it down. Simply because I want to understand what is really blocking people from stepping out and creating the course that they really want. Like the course they've been sitting down with for the past 6, 8 years. And when I say 6 and 8 years, those are real numbers, because I've actually spoken to individuals that have said that, Julia, I've had this course since 2014. Julia, I've had this course for the past 8 years. That's the biggest number I've ever gotten. It blew me away, but it is real. So I want to share with you 5 things. I actually have a list of 10, to be honest. I have a list of 10, but I am going to share 5 with you tonight and possibly next week or in some future episode. I'm going to make it sooner than later, I promise you. But in some future episode, and if you're watching the replay of this video, I'm going to link them together. All right. So if you don't see it linked, it means I haven't yet done it. But if it's linked, it's going to be in the description. All right, so these are typically the 5 things that stop many course creators. All of the ones that I've spoken to, these are the things from launching your course. And these are very simple things that a lot of individuals don't realize that this is what is really stopping you, because some of them are so intangible. And until you say it, you didn't realize, like, oh my goodness, this is really the reason that I haven't launched my course. So let's jump right into the 5 things. But in case you are watching this live or anywhere in 2021, April 2021, or March, the end of March into April 2021, I want you to hop on over to Instagram. Why? Because I have a poll on my Instagram right now that is going. And this poll is specifically suited to help you. What do I want to do? I want you to go ahead and pick the question that you want answered the most in relation to your online course. So here's the deal. There are tons of people who are having issues with publishing your online course, and the more tangible issues are one of the following things. You don't know what your course idea can be, right? You're not sure who your target audience is. You're not sure how to write the copy for your sales page. You're not sure how to sell courses, so you want to know how to sell it, whether it be using ads or not using ads, using social media, using direct messaging, using organic methods or paid methods. And then some people are not so sure about what content to include, deciding how long your course is going to be, and then how to put together your course videos and selecting and setting up the best course platforms. Many people are not exactly sure about all of those things. So right now I have a poll going that I want you to go and just vote on which one of those things is most important to you. And we'll take a look at that towards the end of the month. And I'll possibly do, well, no, not possibly, I am going to be doing a workshop on it to help you to really uncover the best strategies to go forward with your course in that regard. All right, so the first things first I want to talk about of one of the major things that people let stop them from creating their course is mindset. And you might think this is like not a big deal because everybody talks about mindset nowadays. And when it comes down to a mindset, people normally think that, oh, this has to do with some hairy fairy over the moon in the cloud kind of thing, right? Where people are just want to be one with themselves and one with the universe and one with God, and oh, their minds are in a corrupt place because they went through some bad experience and this is tearing up their life right now. When you talk about mindset, that is typically the notion that's associated with mindset. But dare I say to you that that is not always true. That's probably like just a few, like 10% of what mindset really is. I've had to help individuals unpack all kinds of mindset around money, mindset around self-worth, mindset about, can what I have in this course really change the world, right? So mindset come in various different forms, but typically one of the things people have around mindset is, can my course really change people's lives? Is my course valid? Right? And then people sit and think about that for as long as they possibly can. And the more they think about it, is the more time they take to publish the course. And you realize that your course becomes less and less important to you because you're you're talking yourself out of excuse me, you're talking yourself out of, hey, my course is not that great. It's not that impactful. Yes, I love it. I know that it's making a difference in my life, but I'm not so sure it's going to make a difference in somebody else's life, right? And the truth is, you really never know if it will. You never know until you actually share it. And interestingly, I was having a conversation with one of my clients today who was just having some, what should I call it? She is going through a kind of transformation around her course. And she shared something with me that there was someone else out there in the world doing something similar to hers. And that is always going to be the case. There's nothing new that you can create under the sun. There's no course that is completely new and unique unless you're developing some new technology. There's always going to be somebody else who is doing what you're doing. And I said to her, listen, this is good. Don't look at this as competition. This is validation that what you are doing, there is room for it in the world. And so we have a lot of people like that who think that course is not valid. I'm not sure it's going to change the world. And so you sit down with your course idea for the longest while and it never gets published. I want to say to you that if you change one person's life, your course is well worth it. You never know who God is going to use you to impact. And that's most important. And I think about my own course, the very first course I launched after I left my classroom, my full-time classroom job, and came into online business full-time. Like, I taught one course, 2 cohorts, 15 women. And that was the last time I ever taught that course. I don't feel inspired to teach that course again. And until I get inspired, that course is gonna sit inside of my vault and do absolutely nothing. And it's not because I couldn't just randomly sell it and start making sales on the program. I could easily do that. And I know this is a course that has impacted, well, based on the testimonials that I've gotten, I believe me, it has impacted people's lives, but I don't feel inspired to do it again. And that might just be you. You might just be in this world to change 15 people's lives and move on to another course. You might just be here to change 100 people's life, 1,000 people's life, and then that course becomes retired. Or you might just be the person that is running with this course for the length of your business. You never know, or until you retire. So don't take it for granted. Like, however many lives your course impact is still important. It could be 1, it could be 1,000,000. Your course will change somebody's lives. So that's one of the things that hold a lot of individuals back from launching their course. They're saying, hey, my course is not that valid. Here's one more thing that stops people from launching their course, and it's price. Price. Interestingly, one of the things that individuals do a lot is that they compare their prices to others. And in comparing your price to others, you have this idea in your head. You have this what do I call it? You just have this conversation, this constant battle with yourself and telling yourself that, okay, my course is not worth enough. My course is worth too little. And you are back and forth deciding, okay, do I charge $100? Do I charge $5? Do I charge $15? Do I charge $200? Do I charge 10 G's? And you are having this constant battle with yourself, back and forth about price, all because you're looking at somebody else's price and thinking, oh, yours is not valued enough. And so because you're not sure what to charge, you just don't put your course out there. Because at the end of the day, you're thinking, oh, I don't want to either charge too little and not get compensated for what I'm worth, or I don't want to charge too much and people don't buy it. And that conversation can go on and on and on and on. And here's what I want to say to you. Do not let comparing your price to somebody else's. Don't let comparing your price to somebody else's stop you from launching your course. Because here's the thing. Somebody else's price is not your right price. You understand what I mean? Meaning that if you see a course out there for $100 and you think, okay, let me use this $100 as my benchmark, I might want to charge a little less because I'm just coming into the market, you know? I'm new and that person has been around for way longer than me. So maybe I'll charge, let's say, $70. Or you look at their course and you say, I think I have more value to offer. Let me charge $150, right? The thing is, it's difficult for you to gauge the price of your course based on what somebody else is charging. And it's not fair to you simply because your value is completely different from theirs. It doesn't matter if you're teaching the exact same thing, how you deliver it is going to be exceptionally different, right? Your personality is going to be different. The kind of content, how do you deliver your content, how you share it with your students is going to be completely different because we have two different personalities delivering the same kind of content. And never, ever in a million years will you find two courses that are similar in content to be the exact same thing, right? So what you are doing for $100 might not necessarily be the same that they're doing for $100. And then the other thing around that is, oh, I lost my chain of thought. Let me pull up my notes. Hey, Alison. Alison is watching and taking notes. Awesome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. So the other thing around that is that you don't know what is going on in the back end of their business. So they might be able to charge $100 because for them right now it's just a discount. It's an offer. But you don't know that because you're just seeing this $100 and thinking, they're charging $100, but you don't know what the dynamics is in the back of their business why they are charging $100. You understand? So you have to consider all of those things. What's going on in the back end of your business? Can you afford to charge $100 or more or less? You have to make that personal decision for yourself because you don't know what anybody else is thinking. All right. So the first thing was mindset. The second thing is price. The third thing is what I call over expertise. I made up a word for it. Over expertism. Okay, there is not such a word as over expertism, but let me explain what I mean. Because we are such great experts at what we do, right? I'm an expert at teaching. I'm a trained early childhood educator, and that's what I do. I love that, right? I'm an expert at online courses, and that's what I think I'm going to be doing for the rest of my forever, however long I'll be doing this for. You might be an expert on natural hair grooming. You might be an expert on t-shirt making. You might be an expert in accounting, gardening, whatever. What you find us experts doing is that we're looking at our 500 years of expertise and experience, and we get super overwhelmed at how much to share with our students. You know so much. In simple terms, you know so much, and you want to share so much with your students. And just thinking about sharing so much with your students gets you overwhelmed. And it's the truth, right? So When that happens to you, you have to pull in the reins a little bit, right? You have to rein yourself in. Because understand, what took you 10 years and many trials, failures, and successes to learn, you cannot teach that or all of that to somebody in a 3-week or 8-week course. You cannot teach them every absolute single thing, right? You have to select the content that is relevant and directly related to your topic, directly related to giving them a solution to a problem around your topic. Anything else is brought out, else is bonus, everything else is irrelevant and unnecessary. And it amazes me every time where I see tons and tons of individuals just stuck on what content do I share, because I know so much about accounting. I know so much about business taxation. I know so much about migrating. I know so much about anything, and they are overwhelmed. Like, if I am to share all of this with my students, it's going to take me a year. You don't need to take a year, because you don't need to share all of that with your students. And that's the truth. All right. So be mindful of that. So that's number 3. Number 4 is related to number 3, where, and I probably should have done this one first, but let's talk about it same way, is the course idea. Now, here's the thing, and I can talk about this because I've been there, right? When the entrepreneurship bug bites you, you get bitten multiple times. What do I mean by that? You are gonna find yourself just coming up with ideas after ideas after ideas of how you can create a service, how you can create a product, how you can sell something, how you can earn from this, earn from that. And you are gonna be just all over the place. I used to have, and tell me if this is true for you. I used to have a notebook by my bedside, a notebook and a pen by my bedside that I would I would sleep with, because I'd be waking up multiple times throughout the night, dreaming, like literally dreaming about business ideas, and I cannot sleep. So I'd have this book right next to my bed, and I just write down whatever ideas I have, close the book, my brain is free, I go back to bed. Tomorrow night, same thing happens all over again. 2-3 times during the night, I just wake up with idea after idea. I'm going throughout the day and something happens and it sparks an idea, something else, and I just keep getting inspiration after inspiration, right? And so the same it is with your course. You know so much, and this all goes back to the whole expertise, over expertism. You have so many ideas about what you can create your course on, and you have your little notebook and you're writing down stuff after stuff after stuff, and you have a list of 5, 10, 20 ideas that you can create your course on, and you are not sure which one to choose. And so one day you say, okay, let me write some information about idea number 1. And you're excited, you're enthused, you're ready to publish this course. And next week, something else comes to you about idea number 2. And then you realize, oh, this looks more exciting in the moment. Let me write down these notes. Let me take this down. And then next week, you're back on idea number 1. And the following week, you're on to idea number 4. And you're back and forth, just toggling with ideas. And you realize you get excited about everything. And 3 years have passed and nothing has been completed. Let me challenge you right now to just pick one and pursue it. Doesn't matter which one. Actually, it does matter which one. And inside of my Course Vault program, I give you the method of how to ideally select which one. But pick one and pursue it. You're going to find that the 3 years you take toggling back and forth from idea to idea, you're wasting time, you're losing money. What you need to do in the moment is take those 3 years, pick an idea, and just consistently pursue it until you have completed that idea, that course is out there into the world, it's making sales, and you have actually validated that idea. You're not going to throw away your other ideas, mind you. You're going to still have that notebook in your hand, and you're still going to be taking notes on the others as they come. But you're going to write them down, close the book, and move on with your life. You are not going to let them overwhelm you and overexcite you so that it takes the focus of the original idea that you are pursuing. So pick one and pursue it. Now, the final thing I want to talk about tonight is the following. And this is the fifth thing that a lot of people let stop them from publishing your course. Now, this is a myth in the digital marketing realm, and we need to stop believing it, right? And the myth is this, that you have to have 10,000, 100,000, 50,000, 15,000, at least over 10,000 followers to be making any kind of money online. That's the myth. And so a young professional who is building a side hustle and wants to start an online course to earn some extra money, they only have 26 people following them. Those 26 people are church members, friends, family. And they look at those numbers and they look at somebody else with 30,000 followers and think, oh, I have to wait till I get to that number to launch my course. No, you do not. You do not. I have 1,600 followers. I launched my course when I had less than 500, I believe, or was it 700? Somewhere there. No, it was less than 500 course. Here I am today with over 1,600 followers, still have a thriving business. Do not let those numbers fool you. Social media likes, social media followers do not indicate how much money you are able to make. Let me say it again. I probably need to write, listen, I'm going to type this down right now because this is a code that needs to go up on my profile. Social media likes and followers. This is what live TV does for you. Does not indicate how much money you can make. All right, I'm going to post that at some point. Now, here's the truth. There's a quote. Somebody said this, likes don't buy, right? That's a quote. One of my coaches said this, likes don't buy. And it's the truth. 500 people might like your post, or 10 people might like your post because you only have 3 people following you. 10 people might like your post. How many of them are actually going to buy? That's what you need to be paying attention to. Pay attention to receipts and not likes. You can have 26 people following you on social media and still making a full-time income because your strategies are on point, right? Your content is on point, your copy is on point, your messaging is on point, your targeting is on point. Those 26 people are making you a full-time income because you know exactly what you're doing. Let me tell you a little secret in this internet marketing world. When you see people with thousands and thousands of followers, don't let it fool you. A couple of things could be happening. One, they could have bought those likes from India, from some marketer who is selling followers, because that's a big business, is a big business in the online space. You can buy followers. I get those DMs all the time. I can grow my social media to 10,000 to 20,000 followers for just $39. No, thank you. No, thank you. Because those 10,000 followers are not going to buy any of my products or my services. I can almost guarantee it. They're just liking my profile based on a bot, based on an algorithm, or 10,000 people in India are getting paid 1 cent each to like my profile. That's it. They like it and they're on their way. They're never looking at Boss Teacher again. Right? So you find that there are a lot of people out there who have done that. They bought followers from India, bought followers from Pakistan, bought followers from China, and their page is absolutely inactive. They post anything and all you see is crickets. I'm sure you can think of a few in your head. You go on their page and there's so many people who are following them and yet there's no interaction on their page. Highly likely they bought followers. The other thing is, let me give you an example where there was this social media influencer, maybe about 2 years ago, who had a couple million followers. I think it may have been about 1 million or so followers, right? And this girl wanted to sell a t-shirt. So she put a t-shirt out there, and you know how many sales she made? Zero. And it was a big deal on the internet. She was a laughing stock, everybody. It was just ridiculous because she had so many followers. And you expect that with so many followers, you should at least have one buyer. No. Followers were bought, and the people were just not genuinely interested in what she had to offer. There is the other thing where you have a lot of people online who are social media influencers, and they don't necessarily work with customers and clients like you and I. They work with brands. And so they get paid money from brands. They get paid to have a large following. So many times you'll find people like that, they will buy followers and then use that number as proof to corporate companies to say, hey, I have 50,000 followers. We can work together in this social media, in this influencer marketing thing. Now, if they try and sell anything on their page, it will not sell. Another thing you have to understand about followers on social media is that if they are not your target audience, if they are not the people who are going to buy your products and services, they won't buy. So if you have 50 people, 500 people, 5,000 people who are following you because you used to talk about yoga or exercises, health and wellness, all of a sudden, when you start to sell glasses, do you honestly believe that these people are going to jump on your glasses theory? Because their interest, their initial interest in you was health and fitness. But now you're selling glasses. Now you're talking about small business taxis. That is a completely different niche. And you have to create a completely different target market for that audience. So those are some of the things you need to think about. If you have 26 people following you and there are 26 of the right people, then you can make a sale. You can make 2 sales. And the other 24 people are going to see what you're doing and tell others about you and say, hey, well, look at what Tanisha is doing over here. This is not something I might be interested in, but she's my cousin. Check her out. I know you were talking about XYZ some time ago. I think she can help you. Go and follow her. That is how my platform has grown over the years. A lot of word of mouth marketing. Up to maybe 3 days ago, Friday, was it, I believe? It was Friday? Yeah, Friday. Friday before I checked out for the weekend, I saw a DM where somebody on Clubhouse recommended me to someone. And they came over to check me out immediately. And I realized that I'm not the girl for her, but guess what she did? Her sister is looking to create an online course, and she sent her sister over to me immediately. So understand that you don't need 50,000 people following you on social media. You just need 500 of the right ones. You just need 5 of the right people that is going to grow your business, is going to grow your brand, is going to grow you to an exceptional level that you cannot even imagine. And you work with what you have. Mind you, as you grow, as your business grows and your numbers grow with the right people, you're going to be able to earn more. That's just the truth. That's just the truth that is in the numbers. Numbers don't lie. If you have the right audience, then those numbers will also improve. Like a colleague of mine, took her 6 years to build her platform to 30,000 followers, was her last, what is it, benchmark? What's the word? Oh my gosh, whatever it was. It took her 6 years to grow her following to 30,000. However, within that 6 years, she has been focusing on the exact same message. Nothing about her message has changed. So the 30,000 people that are following her for one purpose. One purpose. And so because of that, she has the right audience of 30G in front of her, or 30K in front of her. Then her income is going to grow as well. But don't believe that you're going to sit down and wait until you reach 30K to start selling. Start selling now. Start earning from the little bit of followers that you have now. And always, always, always build your email list from your following. All right? So that's it for those 5 tips for tonight. What are some of the things that are blocking individuals from launching out with your course, let me do a quick recap. Your mindset, your price, thinking that you're too much of an expert, well, you know too much and you're not sure how much to share. And in that same breath, number 4, where you have so many ideas, you're not sure which one to select for your course. And 5, thinking that you have to have a large following to sell. All of those are erroneous. All of those are not valid enough to stop you from launching your course. Let me guarantee you that if you get all of those out of your mind, rid yourself of them and tell yourself that you're going to launch regardless, then most definitely you are going to make a sale inside of your course. If you need help with launching out your course, getting rid of any of those mindsets that are blocking you, and have your course live and selling in 7 weeks or less, you know where to go. Join coursevault.com. I am going to leave the link for that inside of the description, so you can click and go straight over to jump into my funnel, where you can have a free conversation with me and we talk about how we can get your course prepped and ready for sale within just a matter of weeks. All right, so that's it for this evening. I hope you found this information helpful. If you're watching the replay, remember, join coursevault.com and you can get access to the training. All right, so that's it. See you next week. We're here every Monday for Boss Teacher Live, where I share with you strategies, tips, and ideas about how you can launch and profit from your online course. If you have any questions, you can always jump over to my Instagram, send me a DM, hop up, share a comment inside of one of my posts, or just send me an email. I'm also on Facebook as The Boss Teacher. All right. So